I beg, Niger people, make una tell me, how do I become Nigerian? My Niger people, wahala day. I need una advice for this matter. I have learned something today. I hope it's not true. Niger people, please correct me. If it's true, I am seeing Shege Pro Max. In my country, if we marry a foreigner, they have the right to become a US citizen. Now there's a process they gotta go through, but my wife, American passport. My children, American passports, right? Because my wife is Nigerian, she has a Nigerian passport. My children, Nigerian passports. I was doing some online research, and I learned that according to the Nigerian constitution, a Nigerian man, when he marries a foreigner, can allow her to apply for citizenship immediately. But a Nigerian woman, when she marries a foreigner, that man has to live in Nigeria for 15 years before he's eligible to apply for citizenship.
Yeah, it's kind of like really funny because we were reading about the whole thing because we are planning on going to Nigeria to live there for 5 years, 6 years, whatever, for a long time. So we're looking into him getting, everything done. But it says that if me as a Nigerian woman and I get married to a foreigner, the man cannot become a Nigerian except he lived in Nigeria for 15 years. But if a Nigerian man get married to a foreigner, the woman can apply to become a Nigerian as soon as possible. Immediately,
that's the right in my country. You can apply immediately. Why shouldn't I be able to travel freely in and out without stress?
I don't think that is right. I don't think that should be so. So I'm telling my husband that maybe we just read the wrong information because we need explanation. That cannot be right.
I don't know who has Tinubu's DMs, his email, his social media. We gotta see about this. It's not right.
Hello, good morning, SN viewers. This is Satellite Media. If you are new to this channel, kindly like, share, subscribe, and please do not forget to hit the notification bell. Let's look at this viral video where you can clearly see an American citizen talking about his hope and aspiration to become a Nigerian citizen upon marrying a Nigerian woman. And of course, they already have 2 children. But I think the hurdle here has to do with the position of the Nigerian constitution. Because according to their own constitution, upon marriage, the woman automatically applies for visa, applies for passport, and he becomes a citizen. But on the contrary, if a foreigner marries a Nigerian woman, that man does not automatically apply for visa and become a Nigerian citizen. I think it's a discrimination, if you ask me. Though I'm not knowing this for the first time anyway, but I've always seen it as discrimination. But let me take some reaction from Nigerians before we go ahead further this conversation. This one is coming from even a federal lawmaker. This one is coming from federal lawmaker representing Egbeda Ona Ara constituency, Honorable Akem Alabi. He criticized Section 26 of Nigeria's 1999 Constitution, which allows a foreign woman married to a Nigerian man to apply for citizenship, but not vice versa. Like I said, this is not the first time I'm knowing this. It is a public knowledge, but for me, I think it's discriminatory. I'm equally going to bring another area where Nigerian constitution is clearly discriminatory to the woman gender. But let us have an exhaustive conversation on this first. And I'm going to bring some reaction of Nigerians with respect to this. And this from Twitter. Okay, let me start from this Twitter handle that goes by the name of Pragmatic DB. He said, unfortunately, their discovery is true. That is, okay, that law needs amendment as soon as possible. It is archaic and misorganistic. So the point here is that particular section is discriminatory. I must say that without missing words. But let me bring some reaction as well. This one is coming from Fiza. He's saying that is one aspect of Nigerian citizenship acquisition I can't comprehend. Even if a foreign lady is underage, once she gets married, she is a Nigerian by registration, not by a man that gets married to a woman. He has to wait for certain period before he can become Nigerian by marriage or so. So the question here is, what the Nigerian constitution is saying that if a foreigner marries a Nigerian woman, you must reside in Nigeria for 15 years before you are entitled to apply for citizenship and get the citizenship. But on the other hand, it's not applicable like that in the United States of America. Of course, that best explains the position of the man in question who is not comfortable with the situation. He have even asked that anyone that knows the president's social media handle should try to tag him and reach out to him for perhaps maybe an executive bill to amend that particular section of the Constitution to review it. But let me look at another. This one is coming from Jethro Cephas. He said, I think the law is based on the communal nature of ownership embedded in the tribes that make up the federation. There is a reason why the communities own lands. Then the state acts as caretaker. This is also evident in inheritance. But I think what is happening in Nigeria, for me as an individual, I think it needs to be reviewed. Because if you even bring this to another area of conversation, like the area that has to do with the contesting of election, as a woman who is in Delta State, for instance, and is married to somebody in Ogun State, the Nigerian Constitution do not permit such person, such woman, to contest election in Ogun State. Rather, the woman have to go back to her father's house or the original constituency of her parents, before she's eligible to contest election. That's equally discriminatory, because for me, those are the areas where women and those who advocate for women's rights and all that should even push for amendment. I am not a supporter of those. I've always criticized those two areas of our constitution, because you cannot tell me that a woman who is from Kano, for instance, get married to someone in Lagos, that the person is not eligible, is not qualified, doesn't have the right to contest election in the husband's constituency. Rather, the woman must go back to the parents' constituency to contest election. Because upon marriage, naturally, the woman is giving up her citizenship of the immediate constituency of the parents and automatically takes up the constituency of the husband. But the bizarre imagination why our constitution is still sustain or maintain that position, that a woman must go back to the parents' constituency to contest election. So I think for those who want to advance the cause of female gender rights and position in Nigeria, I think this is another good area where they should look at it critically. Because one, if it is the position of the law, that is the position. And if it is not amended, it's sustained. Of course, that is the position. But I'm of the view that there is every need for amendment to address those two areas. Particularly this issue of citizenship by marriage. Because like the man who is crying out that, of course, the wife, the children already own American passport citizenship, but himself have to come back to Nigeria, perhaps spend 15 years in Nigeria before he's qualified to apply for citizenship. I think that needs to be reviewed, and instead of our lawmakers throwing up amendment to the constitution that is trying to gag the press and all that, I think this is a good area they should even look at to sponsor a bill to address. And secondly, like I just said, the issue of the woman married to another constituency whether you have right to contest in that area, need to be given priority attention. And once we have those two amended and they sign into law, I think it would have been addressed and this similar issue will not come up again. But I think it is a thing that needs priority attention. And again, though women often talk about gender equality, I'm not an advocate of that, but I'm purely against discrimination in any guise. And I'm of the view that women should always have equal opportunity with men. But to talk about gender equality, I will tell you that God by himself did not create man and woman to be equal. That's the truth. Because if you go to the creation and how God created man, you understand that it is even one rib after that of man he used in creating woman. So there's nothing like equality when it comes to gender. That is not to say that women should be discriminated against. That is not to say that there should be preferential treatment to men as against women. I'm of the view that women must at every point in time, at every time, get equal opportunity, get fair platform with men at every point in time. Let the competition always be healthy and fair to all the gender. I think that is a good place to let it go for now. I must say very big thank you. This is Mr.